Now let's start about the Cloud SDK. I hope you enjoy my lab session of the Google Cloud Shell. Now the same mechanism and the same commands will use in the Cloud SDK. So what's the basic difference in Cloud SDK and Cloud Shell? Cloud Shell is actually used when you open the Google Cloud console. There is no authentication and authorization required, and it's a small Linux machine behind that where you run all the commands and all the identities directly connected with the Cloud Shell. In the Cloud SDK, first you need to install in your laptop and desktop. Second, you need to be authenticated and authorized by running some command in order to connect a specific project. Once you connect your laptop desktop with the specific project of Google Cloud Shell using Google Cloud SDK, you will be able to run the commands like gcloud, gsutil, bigquery and kubectl. So let's start. So let's break down the lesson. So what is Cloud SDK? Cloud SDK characteristics, Cloud SDK features. So actually Cloud SDK is the command line interface for GCP product, just like the Cloud Shell. The difference, which we have already discussed, is that the Cloud SDK need to be installed on your laptop and desktop. A set of tools that can manage and use resources, cloud applications hosted on Google Cloud Platform, and these includes the gcloud, gsutil, bq command line and other tools. So the Cloud SDK is actually the command line tool, and it is used to access the Google Compute Engine, Cloud Storage, BigQuery and all other products which actually exist in the Google Cloud Console. So the gcloud CLI make it easy to manage fleet of virtual machines of Compute Engine, and not only create the virtual machines but also manage, describe, delete and modify the virtual machines as well. Everything from creating, starting, managing and rollback of users of VM images, this all can be done using the Google Cloud SDK. This is just the starting. Beyond that, you can use and you can manage more products and services on Google Cloud Console. Like I said, especially App Engine, Google Cloud Storage, Kubernetes, BigQuery and VPC networks, firewalls, disk storage, application management, this all can be done using the Google Cloud SDK. The CLI manage compute engine, networks, firewall, disk, and without having to use the Google Cloud Platform console. Like if you don't have access of the GUI console, either you can go directly and connect with the Google Cloud Platform. Managing configuration for compute engine environment is just a few keystroke, right? So just write a command and then press enter. You can see the magic. You can use your favorite languages, especially client libraries for Java, Python, Node.js, Ruby, Go, .NET and PHP, and it's available for installation from the appropriate package managers. You can run your local service simulators, which include the Google Cloud PubSub, Cloud Data Store, which allow you to simulate these services in the environment for local development, testing and validation. The gcloud CLI manage authentication, local configuration, developers workflow and interaction with the cloud platform APIs. gsutil tools. So what is gsutil tools? GS actually the Google Storage Utility is a short form. So GS Storage Utility is actually provide the command line access to manage cloud storage buckets and objects. Now let's talk about the third tools, the BQ tools, called the BigQuery tools. So the BigQuery command actually allow you to run queries, manipulate datasets, tables and entities in BigQuery through the command line. If we talk about the kubectl tools, so the kubectl orchestrates the deployments and management of Kubernetes containers clusters on the Google Cloud CLI. Okay, let's talk about the PowerShell CMDlets. That's called a Windows. So the collection of Windows PowerShell commandlets for managing GCP resources are actually included in your Google Cloud SDK. Within the PowerShell environment, you can use it for multiple purpose to handle the Google Cloud Windows machines and Windows infrastructure. So Google Cloud SDK actually integrate command line tools for many cloud platform products, which include the Compute Engine, Kubernetes Engine, Deployment Manager, Cloud DNS, Cloud IAM, Cloud Storage, App Engine, machine learning engine called the ML engine, Cloud SQL, which actually the relational database engines, which includes the MySQL, PostgreSQLs, and the MS SQLs. Cloud Data Procs, Cloud Logging, BigQueries, Cloud Data Flow, Resource Managers, and the source repositories, which normally we use to put it our repos. Now let's discuss about the summary of the Google Cloud SDK. So Google Cloud SDK is actually the versatile command line interface tool set, and it's empower users to manage resources and application within GCP called the Google Cloud Platform. It includes essential command line tools which provide seamless access to the GCP services, efficiently handle the virtual machines, network, firewalls, disk storage, and more, all from the command line. It supports the various programming languages through client libraries and offer emulators for local development and testings. Support various programming languages through client libraries, like I said, the PHP, Python, Ruby, Node.js, and other services. Now the next topic is our hands-on lab. We will download and install the Google Cloud SDK and try to authenticate with the Google Cloud Platform console, which actually include the connection with projects. Use gcloud init for authentication and install Cloud SDK and perform operation on projects like list, create, and delete resources. Let's talk about some tips and tricks about the Google Cloud SDK. The first tip is to concentrate your study effort on mastering the core tools with Google Cloud SDK. So why? Because the Google Cloud SDK is actually connected your Google Cloud project, but it will be installed on your laptop and desktop. If you compare the Google Cloud SDK with the Cloud Shell, so the Cloud Shell have the all predefined latest tools exist in the Google Cloud Shell console, and it's pre-authenticated and authorized. While if you go with the Cloud SDK, you need to be install the latest tools along with the latest services and updates. The second thing, the Google Cloud SDK or Shell, you will get the beta commands which is not launched yet, but you can test it and try it. Third, you can use 4 type of commands in the Google Cloud Shell and SDK. One is gcloud, gsutil, and the BigQuery. Understand their functionalities, syntax, and common use cases when you connect with the Google Cloud console. Now, familiarize yourself with the programming languages. Remember, whenever we talk about the Cloud SDK and Cloud Shell, this is actually the programmatic access and the programming language connections. So it's supported by the Google Cloud SDK, so you need to be familiar with the Google multiple programming languages, but it's not necessary. Third, learn how to utilize the Cloud SDK emulators for Google Cloud PubSub and Cloud Data Stores. This is very important if you connect the emulators with the Cloud Publish and Subscribe versions. I hope you enjoy my session. See you in the next lecture. Hello and welcome again. So now this time we are going to start and configure the Google Cloud SDK. So start with the Google Cloud SDK. We need to download first using the Windows button. Click on the installer button, download and install the Google Cloud SDK, and then start with the installation of the Google Cloud SDK. Is the CLI mode, and it help us to work the Google Cloud command line using our laptop. This is the same thing which we did with the Google Cloud Shell, but there is a difference, and the difference is that we need to authenticate and authorize, and all the things will be attached with our laptops. Installation is still in progress and it will take some time. So the installation is running, and it will take approximate 30 minutes to 1 hour more, because it will take to install the component. Hello and welcome again. Now we have completed our installation of the Google Cloud SDK. Let's complete the finish and then start working on the Google Cloud SDK. So it's creating a network connection. It's perfectly fine. Now it's time to configuration very first time. So let me, would you like to continue? Yes. Now it will redirect you to authenticate and authorize with the Cloud SDK. So I'm using my own account. Cloud SDK want you to access to the Google account. These configurations and these permissions will allow. Now you are authenticated with the Google Cloud CLI. That's great. Now let me reopen. As you can see, is asking for pick the Google Cloud project. So I'm using CG weekdays. Select one. Your current project has set up. Do you want to configure a default compute region and zone? Yes. Okay, so let me select the compute region is US East 4. Okay, it's actually the specific zone 4. Now your default project computer has been set to US East 4. You can change the name G Cloud set configure region name, but I'm not changing anything. Now it's successfully completed. Now I can run the gsutil command, but before moving forward, let me try to open the setting option and increase the font size here. Launch size ROS 30, that's fine. Appearance, if I go dark, okay, that's fine. Directions, startup, okay, that's great. Now let's come back here. Now let me clear and oh sorry, CLS, because it's a Windows based Google SDK. So let me, okay, I deleted, no problem. I have different commands to run here. So G Cloud info, now we have the options. This is a complete information which I get. Okay, now let me create a bucket here, right? gsutil create storage buckets test 1 2 3. Okay, so let me check the command. Okay, so let me run G Cloud storage buckets create gs on colon. Now let's check. Okay, so let me run the command with G Cloud. Okay, it's creating invalid bucket name. Okay, no problem. So let me change the bucket name with the test 1 2 3. So let's check. Let me change to Usman bucket. Well, it's created. Okay, now let me go and check this bucket. Go back and check. Yeah, this bucket is clear. It seems that the Google Cloud SDK is perfectly working fine without having any issue. I hope you enjoy my session for the Google Cloud SDK. It's just like the Google Shell, right? So see you in the next lecture with a new topic. Thank you.